Nefanawe talikots na kailuts. Talikots ksuitinista. Ahoewe.
Syilx Imlauch, Olsen Pinkton, Kikenmut. My name is Michele Johnson. I'm the lead teacher at the Syilx Language House Association. Myself and my co-teacher, Goya Diensti, are leading a class that's 2,000 hours in duration, and we have 14 students, so together we're 16. It's amazing that we have representation from across the Syilx Nation, and most students travel an hour a day to drive to this program.
Syilx Goya Diensti, Kintel Sitjorg Nachams Apana ala Coast Syilx Temhulau Kikenmut. My name is Tiana Lewis. I'm from New York, but I now live in the Syilx Okanagan Nation territory. I am co-teacher and also a student here at the Syilx Language House. I'm really grateful for this because in a lot of our communities we have language classes start, but then commitment dies down and it just never really works. And so what I think is unique here is that those of us in those communities have been able to come together and work towards this goal of gaining our fluency and bringing the language back to common use, because when we see each other, we do speak the language.
Each and every one of us is here because we've chosen to be here. We've tried other programs, and we know that what we're using here are really effective teaching methods. 2 years ago, I approached chief and council from 3 different bands, and I said, give me 10 of your best people 2 days a week for 4 years, and I will give you mid-intermediate speakers, some new speakers. And each of those 3 bands, Penticton, Syilx, and West Bank First Nation, they committed core funding and they supported students. Syilxan is an incredibly complex language. It has a complex phonology, which means it has complex sounds, and it has a really complex grammatical structure. But we're very lucky because we have curriculum. The Salish School of Spokane created 6 textbooks for us. They're a gift to learners. And we can use these 6 textbooks even though we are beginner learners ourselves, and we can maintain immersion for full days and produce these full lessons in immersion because of this amazing curriculum.
Because the curriculum is built in a way that as soon as you go through book 1, it would be good if you could teach it, because in teaching it, you have to know it, and you have to know it in a different way because you have to be able to make those sentences on the fly and ask those questions. We're babies in this language. We weren't brought up in this language for whatever reason, and it's not our fault. It's important to have that language base because language is culture. You can't have culture without having the language.
Here at the Syilx Language House, we focus on 2 things: to create new Syilxan speakers, and at the same time, we have relationships with 7 fluent elders from across the Syilx Nation. We had a session a while back where we invited a number of elders to storytell, and the elders were just so happy to be speaking in Syilxan and to be understood. We're doing recording sessions and transcribing and preserving as much of their spoken material as we can in the time we have. Indigenous language revitalization faces many challenges. Given the hundreds of years of colonization, our language learners experience some tensions in learning. So our techniques include partner exercises, group exercises, dialogues, which is building leadership and speaking skills that are designed to keep the language light and interactive. As we teach, we become better speakers. That's the beauty of this curriculum.
Our course is credited through SFU, which I find really amazing because in my remote community that I live in, I can be a university student without having to go to Vancouver or to the island. And my dream is that I can go home and bring this to my children.
So if we want Syilxan to live, we know that we're going to have to create what's called language domains. Once this program is done, our plan is to create full immersion workplaces with the support of the bands and leadership, and full immersion schools for my students to work in. Syilx Tul aminimshtet mi eshwalal This is my dream, that it will come from us, and each of us will raise up all of our indigenous languages.